Well, here's some good news out of Japan and the anime world and manga world and the gaming world. Let's throw all three in there as far as applause to this. Now, we've said before, there are people running for office that are in the fandom, that basically they work in the anime world, in the gaming world, that they're trying to create a platform that will help protect the fandom industry in Japan. And basically, we're seeing a lot of action that is going on. There's not too much coverage of it, but it should be, because this should be an example to us here in the U.S. And this is where we need people that can sit there and run for office that will have similar values that to protect. See, the thing is, when you're hired in office, you're to protect and serve the public. But see, a lot of these politicians these days, they're not protecting and serving the public. They're protecting their own personal things, their own personal lives, not the people that they're hired to protect. And here's a perfect example of someone who's here to protect and serve the public. If you're familiar with Ken Akamatsu, who's the creator of Love Hina, he's just won an election into the legislature. And he's already getting on the ball, I'll tell you that. Ken Akamatsu, the manga kai behind Love Hina, has won a seat in Japan's House of Councillors. Ken ran as a candidate in Japan's Liberal Democratic Party, which has a dominant showing in Sunday's June 10 House of Councillors election. Former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who was assassinated just days earlier, was a member of the same party. R.I.P. Shinzo. Ken, who will be the first mangaka to hold position in Japan's legislature, campaigned on protecting the freedom of expression. Though this was his first campaign for public office, he has been voicing the concerns and the freedom of expression issues in the regards of manga and anime for the past decade. The mangaka's campaign office, which was based out of Akihabara, Tokyo, was decorated with the characters of Love Hina. Aside from Love Hina, Akimatsu is also known for the manga Nejima and UQ Holder as well. Now, you might say to yourself, well, what can he do immediately now? What can he do to help protect the anime, the fandom universe, and everything all and above on there being in Japan's legislature? Well, off the bat already, just days ago, this came out. Newly elected manga's politician Ken Akamatsu pushing legislation to preserve retro games in Japan. And we'll read a little bit of this off of this. Came off of a site out of Japan. Popular manga's Ken Akamatsu has been elected to the House of Councillors of the National Diet of Japan only a few days ago, but he is wasting absolutely zero time and is already working to push legislation in the favor of his fellow geeks. He mentioned on his official Twitter account that a team of selective experts has been formed within the legal system subcommittee's digital rights team of Digital Archives decided to start working on the legal preservation of past games in a playable state. He added that archiving and usable of old content that is going lost is a topic that he's strongly passionate about. So he wants to help this become a success. Game preservation has been an ongoing problem, with many older games becoming unplayable or going completely as years pass. Akamatsu was elected as a member of House of Councillors last Sunday after running the Liberal Democratic Party on a campaign mostly centered on protecting creators' freedom of expression and artistic freedoms from censorship and undue influences. Now, the thing is, and this is true, the past, what we had in the past were some great stuff. We had some great games. Whether it's 8-bit games, whether it's, Donkey Kong, whether it's Super Mario Brothers, whether it's Parasite Eve on the PlayStation, whether it's many other titles, the thousands and thousands of titles that Japan has that hasn't even made our shores. That you would have to go overseas to buy it, and be sure to have a unit that was be able to play those games on this side of the world. And you know, the thing is, we do have places here in New York, down in Chinatown, that does sell imports, and they sell the machines that are be able to play them as well. This is not something uncommon. It's been here for a couple of decades. You know, back when I was a kid, these things were available to us. That there were games that, you know, stuff for the Sega Genesis, for the Nintendo, for the Sega Saturn. You know, games that, you know, you couldn't play here normally because basically those companies didn't sell it here in the U.S. You had to go overseas and get it, and a lot of them are fading off. You know, some of them that are on servers, you know, the servers are not being maintained, they're not being taken care of. You know, people play a lot of old games. I do. I play a lot of old games. I have some of the old stuff, the Midway stuff, some of the Sega stuff, you know, is in my system. And basically, I do play it every once in a while. I do enjoy those. You know, Sonic the Hedgehog, and basically the old Super Mario Brothers, the original stuff on there, which is really fun. Pac-Man, even Defender, Spy Hunter. I mean, there's so many games, you know, that can be brought back to life. You know, see, the market is there for it. Problem is, the companies don't want to spend money to take care of them, to restore them. Just like and I see what Ken wants to do. Just like when we here in the United States that we want to preserve a building on there, historical preservation of a property. This is what Ken wants to do with this. He wants to preserve the retro games, the older games that are out there. They are our history of our past, and we should maintain them for our future. And this is some of the things that, you know, is important. It's important out there. You know, you may not think it's important that, you know, fuel and all that. Yeah, fine. Your fuel, food, and all that. That could be handled as well properly by proper politicians. You know, but there are some things in the background that, you know, also needs, you know, some love as well. And some of them have to be protected, because there are those nefarious out there that would want to erase them from history. Do you understand? They want them gone. They don't want them existing. They want the next generation not to know what a ColecoVision was, or a Telstar, or an Odyssey gaming system was. They don't want you to see those games. They don't want you to see Mortal Kombat. They don't want you to see some of the other games that they put out there, Doom, Nukem, and many others. They want those to be gone. That's why you have people like Ken here that's fighting to keep it alive. And not only games, manga and anime as well. Because manga and anime are being attacked as well. You've seen the videos that I've discussed, the censorship. You have countries out there that is considering anime and manga pornographic, and trying to ban them in best possible. Russia has banned a lot of anime. Australia has banned a lot of anime. You're going to see it out of Spain. You're going to see it out of France. You're going to see it out places like in South America as well. You know, places where anime is at its height, even in this country as well. The United Nations has tried to push to get anime stopped. I mean, to ban anime completely. I mean, how stupid is that? You know, how stupid that is. You know, this is the same people that are okay with the drag queen show, children going to drag queen hour, to the drag queen shows, like in that bar that gay bar that they had it in, that kids should not never have been there. They're okay with that, but they're not okay with cartoon characters that basically, yeah, they got big breasts, or they might have big butts, or they may look real sexy, or they might look very muscular, you know, for the male end on that. And that's the one thing that, you know, gets me too. You know, what's the old saying? It grinds my gears. They go after the girls, but you notice they don't go after the guys. It's okay to fawn over the guys, especially if they're gay in the anime, but they have no qualms of attacking the women. Ladies, listen to us. They're going after you. They're going after you. They're trying to eliminate your beauty. Think about that for a minute. And you may say, so why should I care? Well, guess what? A lot of the anime animators and manga illustrators are women. So they're trying to get rid of the women out of the industry. Think about that for a moment. So it's great what Ken's doing. Let's cheer him on. Comment below, subscribe, like, share. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.